You just tripped in front of a stranger. Your face goes hot. Your eyes drop to the floor. And for a split second, your whole body does something you never chose to do. You didn't decide to blush. You didn't decide to look away. Something older than you made that choice. Something that has been running quietly underneath your personality since before you had one. What is it? Scientists call it the embarrassment display. And it is far stranger than a simple emotion. Think about the last time you felt embarrassed. Maybe you called someone the wrong name. Maybe you laughed at the wrong moment. Your face flushed. Your gaze dropped. Maybe you smiled, but not a real smile, a tight, controlled one. Your hand may have touched your face. All of this happened in under 2 seconds. You didn't plan any of it. So who did? Psychologist Dacher Keltner spent years studying this exact sequence. He filmed hundreds of people in moments of embarrassment and broke the reaction down frame by frame. He found the same pattern again and again, across cultures, across ages, across contexts. Gaze down. Head tilt. Controlled smile. Face touch. Blush. In that order. Almost every single time. That is not random. Random things do not repeat with that kind of precision. A repeating pattern like that is not an accident of culture. It is a signal. And signals exist because someone at some point needed to receive them. Here is the strange part. You are not blushing for yourself. You already know you messed up. You do not need your own body to remind you. So who is the blush actually for? The answer takes you back further than you might expect. Long before language, long before cities, long before anything resembling modern society, your ancestors lived in small, tightly bound groups. Survival depended on the group staying together. Not loosely together. Tightly together. Because outside the group was starvation, predators, and exposure. Being cast out did not mean loneliness. It meant death. In a group that small, trust was currency. And trust could be broken in an instant. If you took more than your share of food, or embarrassed someone in front of the group, or broke an unspoken rule, you threatened the bond that kept everyone alive. So the group needed a way to know something important. Did this person understand they broke the rule? Are they sorry? Can they be trusted again? Words were not always reliable. Words can lie. An involuntary blush cannot. This is the theory that researchers like Keltner and evolutionary psychologist Robert Trivers have pointed toward. The embarrassment display is not a malfunction. It is a broadcast. Your body is sending a signal that cannot be faked, precisely because you cannot control it. The blush says, without a single word, I know I messed up, and I am not a threat to this group. Think about how clever that actually is. In a world without written contracts, without courts, without ways to verify someone's intentions, your own nervous system built an honesty mechanism into your face. You cannot choose to blush on command. Try it right now. You cannot. That is the entire point. If you could fake it, it would carry no information. Its involuntary nature is what makes it trustworthy. There is a study that makes this even clearer. Researchers led by Corine Dijk and Peter de Jong asked participants to watch videos of people who had committed an embarrassing act, some of whom blushed and some of whom did not. The viewers consistently rated the blushing individuals as more likable and more trustworthy, even though both groups had done the exact same embarrassing thing. The blush itself changed how forgivable the mistake seemed. Pause on that for a second. Your body evolved a way to make your mistakes more forgivable. Not by fixing them, not by explaining them, just by visibly, involuntarily showing that you feel bad about them. Now think about the gaze drop. Why do your eyes go to the floor instead of staying locked on the person watching you? In almost every social species, direct eye contact can be read as a challenge. Among primates, held eye contact often signals dominance or aggression. Breaking eye contact signals the opposite. It says, I am not competing with you right now. I am lowering myself. This is not something you learned from a parenting book. It is closer to hardware than software. The tilted head does something similar. It exposes the neck, one of the most vulnerable parts of the body. In a species where physical dominance once mattered enormously, exposing your own vulnerability was a way of saying, I am not a threat. You do not need to treat me as one. And the tight, controlled smile? Not a real smile of joy. A different smile entirely, one researchers sometimes call an appeasement smile. It shows teeth are not bared in aggression. It signals cooperation instead of confrontation. So in under 2 seconds, without a single conscious decision, your body performs an entire diplomatic negotiation. Eyes down, I am not challenging you. Head tilted, I am exposing my vulnerability to you. Smile controlled, I mean no harm. Face flushed, I feel this, and I cannot fake feeling it. All of it says the same underlying message. Do not exile me, I still belong here. Here is where it gets even more interesting. This entire system only makes sense if you evolved inside a group that could actually exile you. Isolated individuals, ones who lived and hunted alone, would have had no reason to evolve this display. There would be no one around to send the signal to. The very existence of embarrassment is evidence that your ancestors' survival depended on other people. You did not evolve to be alone. Your nervous system is proof of that. Now bring this back to today. You still live inside a version of that same small group, just reshaped. A workplace, a friend group, a classroom, a family dinner. The stakes are no longer literal survival. Nobody is going to leave you outside the cave. But your body has not received that memo. It still reacts as though your place in the group is on the line, because for most of human history, it genuinely was. That is why embarrassment feels so disproportionately intense compared to the size of the mistake. Spilling a drink at a party does not threaten your life. But somewhere underneath your conscious mind, an ancient alarm is still calibrated for a world where being cast out really did mean death. Your amygdala does not know the difference between 2026 and 80,000 years ago. It only knows one thing. You made a visible mistake in front of the group. There is a reason this reaction survived evolution instead of getting phased out. Groups that could read and forgive honest signals of remorse stayed cohesive. Groups that could not, fractured. Trust, once broken and never repaired, does not rebuild itself. The blush was not just useful for the individual who made the mistake. It was useful for the entire group's ability to hold together. So the next time your face goes hot in front of other people, you are not malfunctioning. You are running one of the oldest social technologies your species ever developed. A signal so old it predates spoken language, so precise it survived unchanged across every human culture ever studied, so honest it cannot be faked even by people who desperately want to hide it. You just tripped in front of a stranger. Your face goes hot, your eyes drop, and for a split second, your whole body does something you never consciously chose to do. Except now you know exactly who chose it. Not you. Your ancestors did, tens of thousands of years ago, and they built it so well that it still runs, perfectly, every single time you need it.